Hey guys, my name is Helium Lemon 15 and welcome back to Moon Remix RPG. This is part 3. The last couple episodes covered the basics of the game and, I don't know, the section of the game I would generally call the introduction. And now we're basically starting the actual gameplay loop. But we still have one more thing we need to learn about, and that is collecting animals, or collecting the souls of animals, rather. It'll make sense once we get this cutscene to happen, but to get this cutscene to happen, we need to go over to the left of the town, and trigger this cutscene where the hero goes into Wanda's bar. Which the hint for this is basically, the hero goes into Wanda's bar during the introduction when you're playing as him. I like the musical sting that the hero gets wherever he goes and does something. It's got that crazy piano notes, like how the Guardians theme from Breath of the Wild is just terrifying because it's got that piano going super fast. Kind of like that, but not really. Oh yeah, that was Wanda. She's asleep. Which is funny because during the intro, wasn't she like, oh yeah, please go through my drawers, rummage through my drawers, there's good stuff in there. Ha, not really. Guess not. But yeah, the joke is supposed to be that when you're actually in this part of the game, nobody likes the hero in real life. And now we finally get to hear the castle music. I like the effect that they did with it. It's super echoey and ringy when you're out in the hallway, and once you go in here, it's clear. It can't be. He truly perished. What voice am I doing for the minister again? Please, perpetrate not such shocking japes. You've got a face I haven't seen. You're a traveler? In truth, half a year past, a boy died in a dreadful accident. You cut a perfectly similar figure. Citizens here might mistake you for Jimmy. You didn't worry on it. Yes, then, I've much work to do. I take my leave. And the throne is currently empty. The throne looks like a toilet. I guess that's why people call it the porcelain throne. Morning, stroll time in the garden. Afternoon, audience, something something. Grumble, grumble. Oh, did I and thieves eat grumble cakes? No Homestar quotes. For now. For today, no Homestar quotes for today. God, these first couple of days are so stressful with the action limit being as short as it is. I'm Bilby. My partner Fred won't stop falling asleep on the job. I like Bilby. He's one of my favorite characters from Yonder website. And if we go through this hallway and we hug the left wall, we find a book on the floor, or on the ground. Remember, as a little kid, I used to think, well, what's the rule to when do you say floor and when you say ground? And I came up with, well, it's floor when you're inside, like inside a building, and ground when you're like in the outside world, and there is actual ground that you're standing on, if that makes sense. No, it doesn't make sense, and it's stupid, and it's irrelevant to the game that we're playing. So, are you friends with that hero? Why, you sick, coming into people's houses like that. Please, behave yourself. And he drags us away. Okay, speeding this up because it takes a really long time to get from point A to point B in this game, but that's okay, because that's part of the experience. And we remember this. The hero encounters a slime and uses his thunder magic to... That music is really going crazy. Gotta love it. He just exploded. He blew up the rocks, I guess. So this is a Slime? It's burnt to a crisp. No kidding. I feel bad for the poor thing. So here I was wondering, oh, do I go... How do I trigger the next cutscene? Do I attempt to leave the bottom of the screen, or... Yeah. Hello, Jimmy. I've been waiting for you. Whoa, who's this guy? He looks transparent. And he looks like claymation. Yes, pleased to meet you. My name is Doolittle. I sound like John Lennon now. I came from a faraway place just to meet you. So, how does it make you feel to look at little Slimy here? Well, it's a monster, so... Monster? Monster. Monster. Noun. Inhuman, heinous, atrocious beast. Is that what you'd call this little fellow? Little Slimy here was just minding his own business. And our hero blast burned poor Slimy dead with fearsome magic lightning. He's out there slaughtering animals and earning quote-unquote experience. It's frightful. Boing, 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 and there's a transparent slime. Look, 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 the animal soul, sadly wandering forevermore. However, the truth is, you can catch that soul and bring it back to life. And that, friend, is where love is born. Only you can do this. I cannot trust anyone else. This is our fate. Why me? Why do you trust me? And he comes back and kills a bat just for good measure. I like how he splits the bat in half, just cleaves it in half. You know, cuts it, slices it perfectly in half like a cake. Real or cake? If you find an animal carcass... So now we get basically an encyclopedia that automatically shows itself to us. Well then, I'm off. Jimmy, my friend, let us meet again. Oh god, I love the claymation in this game. I love how he just turns into a puddle of clay. Okay, you might not be able to tell, but I'm panicking inside because, as you can see in the top left corner, the action limit is almost out. So in order to be able to save this creature and save our progress, we need to just absolutely make a mad dash back to Granby's house. We don't even have time to stop and pick up that money there. But there's... Well, that's not our first love. That's our first animal soul. Okay, please. Please make it. Please. Please. Okay, I think we'll be fine. And that's Blaze Day complete for now. I believe we have enough bed. There's something strange. Let me sleep in your bed. Invisible man, sleeping in your bed. I ain't afraid of no sleep. I ain't afraid of no bed. Sleeping makes me feel good. Okay, we should have enough love for a level up here. Yes, I am correct. Jimmy, your love has developed further. You've reached love level 2. Whoop-de-doo. I like Jimmy. I like, he's like a Ness type hero. And I decided to name my file Jimmy as a tribute to Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass. One of my favorite games of all time. And my favorite, like, modern Earthbound-like game. It seems like it's the best tribute to Earthbound made by, like, a recent game developer that I know of. But it's kind of hard to... The only other game that competes for that title that I can really think of is Omori, and I haven't played that yet, so now we get the Yenom. Yenom is funny because it's money backwards. Solfani. Look at this guy. Yenom Frog has lived long in Fountain Park. Loves coins made of moon fragments. Well, I'll keep that in mind. So, what I want to do here... this is kind of optional, but it's nice to do as soon as you can, because it really only makes sense to do it at the beginning of the game and not at any other point. Oh, now that the minister is up on, like, the balcony thing, we can go and give the book to him. And that'll be Minister Love. And that's, like, the name of the side quest, is just character's name and then Love. And when there's multiple ones, it'll be like, you know, King Love 1, King Love 2, etc. This cannot be. The Book of Laws and Decrees stolen. By the way, such a pretty view up here from this balcony. It just looks like blue sky, big puffy clouds, maybe some farmland, some trees. Trees, or maybe those are buildings on the horizon, I can't tell. And when I find him, oh yes, I will find him, I shall personally hand down the most capital of sentences, whomever he may be. Grumph! I think I have your thing. What? That is indeed my book encompassing all this land's laws. Our country's most important document. I must offer you my sincerest appreciation. On the floor in the hall. The floor is the thief? You can go with either one here. I guess we all make mistakes. I must have butterfingeredly fumbled the book. Butterfingeredly, that's a good adverb. Whilst traversing the hallway in a huff. I shall big-heartedly allow myself such mistakes. Ah, precious book, containing this country's ironclad laws. Well then, that settles it. The case of the missing book. Case closed. Yes. And we get to love. You can tell, there'll be different numbers of hearts spinning around. So each side quest is, like, worth a different amount of love, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Eating another cookie to give us a little extra stamina, and then basically just waiting around for the king. And yeah, this is what I said, this is something that you can do at the beginning of the game, and that is to get everyone's business card. Ahoy! You are not of this realm, yes? How rude of me! I forgot our kingdom's custom. Here we trade business cards with new friends. Here, this one's mine. And we got the king's business card. Or, I guess they're not really business cards, they're just cards. So if you want to talk to an NPC character about another NPC character, that's what you do. You show them the card. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to see if I can get the minister's card. I see. He gave you his card. His Majesty has curious taste. The king's card is the mark of an honorary citizen. So, consider yourself an honorary citizen. You do well not to abuse this privilege. Oops, let me give you one of mine. Here. I'm the minister here. I oversee governmental operations. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I like the little artistic design they do for each of these cards. Like, they gave them some character, they gave them some personality. The minister's card has some interesting colors. I like how it's his hat, like his hat is the most defining feature, I guess. Oh, yes. And the two guards here, Fred on the left, or Bilby on the left, and Fred on the right. And then this character is Noji. Noji is a nod to Geno in Super Mario RPG, because I think one of the same artists worked on both and did character design or character art for both games, so Noji is kind of a self-insert because it's Geno from Super Mario RPG. It's kind of obvious to see how they got Noji from Geno. It's just backwards, or not backwards, you know, an anagram. So here we are trying to explain to him that, yeah, we like toys. We like video games. That's a kind of toy, right? So then we promise to lend him ours, if we can find one. Which is kind of difficult to do because we're inside a TV right now. We're inside the game. So we can't really give him our game console while we're inside of the video game. This guy doesn't even seem to be paying any attention to us, but... Ah, of course. Sounds like he's speaking Spanish for some reason. Fred's card. That's a cool looking card. I like how it's a royal crest. And back outside the castle, past the topiary animals. We're topiary creatures. It's very nice to meet you. That's a game I should do a playthrough of soon. I hope somebody knows what that's from. If you know what that game that's from, then you're based. Based and bean-pilled, or something, I don't know. And because Shambles is the town hobo, of course he doesn't have a card, he has junk. And I ain't talking about floppy scraps of paper. Shambles junk. I'll show you my junk. No, I'm kidding. Keep it family friendly, dude. We've got to keep it family friendly. I don't know what accent I'm doing. Okay, we have about a quarter of a day left, but let's go up to talk to Curio here. Curio's got to be British, right? I think that's what I gave him. Oh, let me get a peep or two on it. What even is that? I sure don't want it. Well, now I've seen everything, if you ain't just some walking clothes. I'm Curio. I run this general store here. I do trade-ins too, so if you got anything you want to profit offer, just let me look at it. My eyeballs will decide the price. So this is Curio's shop. What's he got in the middle of the room? It's that like a movie projector? And then we have one animal to catch in his little shop here called MacArthur. The joke being that it's a joke on General Douglas MacArthur, I think, but it's literally just a pipe. These are very silly animals in this game. It's not always animals, sometimes it's just objects, but that's our third animal soul. I forgot to mention how absolutely amazing and kind of hilarious that whole animation is, that just like a random UFO octopus dude comes down and talks in a generic robotic voice and snatches up the animal. Okay, now I really go into panic mode. Oh, okay, no, this is where we catch Drakey. Got Slimy, then MacArthur, that was our second animal, and then Drakey. Which I really should be getting back to Granby's house as soon as possible, but I was ambitious here and I wanted to just get one more animal before calling it a day here. Come on, please show up. And there we go. Now the red icon is starting to blink, and I really go into panic mode here. Rescuing Drakey, beep 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 beep. Thank you, Mr. Octopus UFO Man. And Two Love. And I wanted to go pick up the money, but as you can see, when you're at the end of your action limit, he starts walking really sluggish, really slowly. And that's not stressful at all when you're on a time limit and your character starts moving even more slowly. So, just in the nick of time, we made it into bed, so we can just like crash in bed, collapse in bed after a long day of hustling and bustling and walking back and forth, and I'm sure we're exhausted. Let's see what love you've gathered today, Jimmy. Got the minister's book. That is love. This is love. And the love from the souls of the animals. Drakey, MacArthur, and do we level up again? Jimmy, your love has deepened further. Jimmy, you have reached love level 4, love 2, 3. 6, 7. No, just kidding. Love still dots this world. Please seek out the scattered love. Collect a lot of it, please. No. What about no? What if I don't feel like it? What if... I don't know. Alright. See you next time on Moon Remix RPG. Goodbye.